We will discuss the current state of the XRP in this episode. We say, Ledger, let's talk about it. He talked about their movement the other day if you weren't in his Twitter zone. In regards to their goal for the Zaman wallet, many of you may recognize it as the Sum wallet. Dr. Finder states that we'll be talking about Bitcoin whales and what they're buying. He says it's almost time to go in a tweet. This morning, when I woke up, my phone had a small price alert going down. You are aware of what XRP is. Awake, and I prefer to awaken to it. Well, without further ado, let's get started on a Saturday morning. I apologize. Bitcoin is currently at 69.3. In the last 24 hours, it has increased by 2.55%, with Ethereum trading at $2,000 or $3,739 USDT and USDC are up 66%, with both ending at 99 cents. We're not yet out of the woods, but we are steadily emerging as the XRP peg is up 1.63% to 53 cents. The trend indicates a little retracement of the dips, representing the greatest fears. It happened twice, and now that we are beginning to recover, we have at last shown some signs of green over the last 30 days. Talk, it's almost here, people. Solana appears attractive. How's my chain-linked currency performing, then? $17. I enjoy that the entire market capitalization of cryptocurrencies has reached a significant level. It's not so bad at all, $2,599 billion, is it? Now let's switch to Bit. The Bit is most likely one of the few initiatives that have received funding from Ripple and have truly flourished and accomplished remarkable things. As of right now, you may search daily transaction volume monthly and name your wallet using NFT explorers. Annually, one may view the best-selling they have accomplished so much. If you haven't already, please consider helping BuyTop. Encourage them. We require such initiatives. To stay around, we'd say when we put this out. I love the idea of reward projects because they demonstrate traction and growth in many projects that have taken money from Ripple for grants and haven't done anything with it. I won't sit here and call out every single project, but for those of you who have been around and pay attention to these projects that are receiving funds and grants, go look at the majority of them are fictitious. What should Ripple be doing now that they are gone? Some of the larger ones, with millions of followers, are no longer here. Is it the right thing to do? It's easy if Ripple first wants to go through the procedure. If you are selected and told you are the winner of a $1 million prize, Ripple shouldn't send the money to you right then. They simply set up and stayed on the path. As you must include a roadmap. I just went through it, in the first month, when you go through it. We'll have this built in the second month, I guess. They may release it, this would be completed. Their goals, and as they progress these benchmarks, gradually release funds to them. Nobody should be granted a project that merely has an idea. Nothing should be developed. Money, and you shouldn't give money to someone if you need it to accomplish your project. After all, you shouldn't have started a project if you didn't have the funds to see it through to completion. We truly believed that when we got this far, we had the best idea, and someone was going to come along and give us the money to finish it so we could launch. But no, it doesn't work like that, and then what happens? When you go to open a restaurant, you get 75% of the way you like. Oh well, we can't get to 100%. As soon as you launch, you will need to purchase what you'll need, as well as to STA and recruit anyone. If Ripple continues to fund that 100%, you shouldn't be concerned. Ripple ought not to even be concerned. To businesses unless they have received at least $500,000 in revenue. To be honest, I think we could have played around with that figure and changed it to 100,000. You should be able to demonstrate a consistent stream of revenue to Ripple. Not only that, you had a fantastic month or two. You spent a lot of money to promote your product since you performed a fantastic EDO, but since Ripple, you haven't done anything. I don't think you should sponsor that. It's a dying project. On the other hand, a project that expands and generates revenue every month deserves funding. That's the person Ripple ought to desire. To stick around, not someone who had 1 or 2 successful months at first, then made no sense and didn't, and what do you know? I'm over the justification. Although the first 2 months were fantastic, the past 10 months have been spent constructing. What have you been constructing? It's very concerning that you aren't making any money. You shouldn't need 10 months to demonstrate anything. I'm sorry, people. Give that some thought. Consider XRP as a potential ETF contender. Stand to claim that these articles are appearing and shifting between the left and right standards of custody. Discussing Solana ETFs while discussing XRP ETFs. What have I been discussing with you? Channel, they're all now. The question is, will there be an XRP ETF? Which one is going to be first? A Solana ETF, perhaps even similar to a Dogecoin ETF. Although I'm not sure, I do know that Bitcoin won't be the only option. Ethereum isn't going to be our only option. There will be ETFs for several of these assets. Some are shouting, you don't want an ETF, it means the products of security stop, along with their offerings. ETFs are what we want. If ETFs are released, we want institutional money to invest in them only if the assets included are securities, other assets that are available for purchase are not. This is not a stock market, the two are not the same. Yes, it differs greatly when it is a decentralized asset. This is the type of content that I enjoy viewing. Supermax Prime, he gives off the impression of being extremely enraged. He says, actually, how do we get so bent? For years, we're meant to be the selected ones. He continues by cursing a few higher-ranking Riverside employees, making fun of the appropriate party, and making fun of the companies that take shots. This is nice. This kind appeals to me. Of course, this kind of negativity is what this is telling me, and since I've been here in 2017, I've seen a lot of this. My 7 years have felt like 70 over the years, and we're almost done with this thing. We're going to witness a lot of cryptos move throughout the summer months, and this thing is ripping. After that, there may be some shady behavior related to the elections, and then there may be more cryptocurrency pumping following the elections, and in 2025 we're going to witness a complete market explosion like that. There's no putting up a good fight is all that matters. When will the boom happen? Let's start the Bitcoin boom at around 74K. We can't be dissatisfied that we're up nearly 2.5 hours on a Saturday. Bitcoin whales, which in a single day bought 134 billion Bitcoins, might recover. To have 70,000 people so close by, well, it's pretty. You get massive sums of Bitcoin being carried up near me at 69.7. Hey, I've already called this before making another call. I'll update the page's pinned tweet, which states that Bitcoin's bottom is at 60,000. Yes, we have made contact below. We briefly reached 58,000 and then recovered, so everything is well, right? It's okay. We didn't receive a monthly or weekly close down there. The bottom was $60,000, so you had your chance to make purchases. From here, it's up to you. Do you a small amount of slant is seen? Chop, we could, that's not a big deal. Is there any chance that this may return? Before it returns, take a look below and retest 60K. Naturally, the sign we're examining is fairly straightforward, and the channel numbers have always been clear-cut and easy to understand. Music, that's what you were looking at, 74,000. Bitcoin hit 74K. It appears as though you have never seen it. Before 2024, keep in mind that this is Bitcoin's year. If your preferred cryptocurrency doesn't reach its peak, don't lose heart. I'm not saying that your alts won't rise this year. They will undoubtedly rise, but the overall strategy is for Bitcoin to soar past $100,000 before money begins to rotate out the following year, for alternative coins to skyrocket and blow out during 2025, and you already know what we do. As we exit, we return to the market's peak. We restock, re-energize, and we resume our journey sometime in 26. Dark Defender, he even claims that it's near. Well, what else is there? Isn't that a gorgeous thumbnail? It's nearly there. There you have your support, and there is the chart. We do not want to see it break at 52 and 51. To put it simply, XRP will never be able to break 50 cents throughout the bull cycle is the next point of interest on the chart. We must pass 58 and 68 before moving on to 75 cents, which is the crucial figure that indicates to you that we will fight right now. We must turn 75 cents into our new support for the new base, and if that happens, we will fall. We intend to break the dollar. Next, we're going to set new all-time highs for XRP and begin aiming and sending out targets. You had better get set. You had better prepare your strategy.